9, 8,
Here I
7,
come.
6. Quiet. Hey everybody, welcome back to the finale of Season 3, Learning the Horizon. We're here with Doc. Hey Doc.
Hello.
Hi. To finish up learning Burning Shores 100%. If you caught us on the last 2 episodes, you probably learned just about all the flying routes you can handle, all the out of bounds that you could possibly want, and there's more. If Doc, do you do the Horus out of bounds?
I do not do that.
Okay. Do you know how to do the Horus out of bounds?
I have not tried learning it because part of it looks a little finicky, at least for me.
Yeah. Indeed. It also requires another wet wiggle, so you got to get out and yeah. So you know, we won't show it. I'll link you guys to the video where I do believe Beta does it. Get a timestamp.
And then like I think Driver does
it
it in his world record run for any % Burning Shores.
There we go. Yeah, so we'll get you guys some links with a timestamp in the description below on YouTube, so you guys can see that. And then you know, if you guys ever have questions about that kind of thing, just come on into the Discord and see us.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we ended with. What did we end with? We're about to start the Horus quest. So.
We are about to start the Horus quest, and I learned something very important last night when I was testing my new file percent to actually see how much of a difference a much smaller stash and inventory is, and it makes a huge difference. But I'll kind of talk about it when we get to it. But now we're gonna start the Horus fight. So basically, where we ended, we had gotten the second to last. Oh, no, sorry. We got the aerial capture that whose transmitter we scanned like here-ish. Because we had to wait until after we got to Londra's repurpose of Disneyland. That's what I call it. It is definitely Disneyland, but they can't call it Disneyland because of the whole Concord thing.
Imagine why.
So after getting this aerial capture, we fast travel to this campfire, and then we start the Horus fight. But because you were ending it, I fast traveled to this one because you actually cannot save here. The only interact there is talk to Seika. It's similar to the campfire at Singularity. It's the same thing, I believe, that you can only interact with it to start the final quest.
Right.
So we'll fast travel here and get that started.
Okay.
So for this quest,
we'll have to find a way to get to London.
it's pretty much just an auto for this
You're here.
main quest. It's pretty much an auto scroller. The timings of everything is pretty much the same.
Okay. Back of bug,
but
he doesn't.
For the first part, we got to do is we have to release the Horus. So we have to destroy the water pump that is cooling it.
Time to get to that cooling
system. Is that like releasing the Kraken?
I'm with you.
Releasing the Kraken, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So when you normally do this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna they do this whole sequence where they rappel down, which we have here, and then we go underneath this bridge down here. We either brute force our way through, killing all the machines, or we stealth our way through, destroying various like unstable purple fire gleam up here. Then we come up here, and then we go through here, and then we fight some monkeys, and then we continue on to the Horus fight, which will finish up off map around like here-ish. But we're not gonna do that.
We're not gonna do any of that.
Nope. Fun fact. Before, courtesy of Marin, another runner in our community, she found a skip where we were actually able to fast travel to this campfire, call the Sunwing, and then fly over here. And then it was patched out by a girl.
Yeah.
It was just like, it kind of sucked, but it was also one of those things.
Yeah, they don't allow you to even call it anymore, but it's basically like they made this whole area a no-go for mounts. So
correct.
Yeah.
So basically what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna take advantage of the extra air we get with the glider and the rappelling, like jumping off a rappel point. And so I also want to make sure my quick swap is okay. So I always me personally, I like to have my quick swap weapon on the frost on the hunter bow. So I have it on the sun scourge since that's what I want, and then my quick swap is to the elite precision arrows on Avery's downfall. I don't know how this would be with anybody else, but for some reason, consistently, whenever I start this quest, they rappel down. Even if I rest at the campfire waiting for Seika with the hunter bow as the one that's active, it will always default to Avery's downfall. I don't know why, but it does. But anyway, what we do is we come down here.
We can climb down here.
And then I press... So you have to press square and circle at the same time. Or X and square at the same time. So...
We can climb down here.
Why didn't it...
We can climb down here.
Oh, come on, anyway.
Alright, there we go. As you can see, what we're doing is if you hit circle to leap off, and then you immediately, almost at the same time, you want to simultaneously press them. As you leap off and deploy the shield wing, you're gonna actually get enough air to get around an invisible wall. And so we loop around this way, and then just about here, I release the sun wing and activate Hunter's reflexes. Because there's still a little bit of an invisible wall here. So when you loop around the tree, you hit another kind of small invisible wall. And you gotta be careful because if you fall into this crevice here, and you're not quick on the hunter's reflexes, you're gonna fall all the way down here. And the best thing to do if you start to slide and you can't get up here on the cable, just RFS and do it again.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah,
I do want to stay up here. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough
Yeah.
to keep down there.
We'll do it again just to kind of.
Yeah, just show it up.
We can climb down here.
Oh, Aloy, come on.
Yeah, it's a strange one because you are trying to do kind of the long glide
Yeah.
of your...
We can climb down here.
The glider with, just leaping off of something. So you want the glider to open before you reach the peak of
Correct.
the launch.
And there, I actually fell in the. If I actually had not activated Hunter's reflexes when I did, I would have fallen. I already knew, But you also do have to be careful when you do land, because sometimes if you land, on that right there in this little, triangle here, you may, get pushed more out this way and you'll fall. So it's just a matter of just, being careful. So then you follow this cable, run,
You can
slide.
see the path you would normally take down there to the left, but we're just up here on the wall.
Yep.
You'd have to crawl through all that stuff, past corruptors and all that kind of thing, and
The
then
arm.
the giant Horus arm and all that.
And then you'd hit some fire gleam, and then you gotta climb up. But do be aware, you can get thrown off by the monkey if they grab onto you and throw you off the cliff. That happened during my turbo run. So that was fun. Thankfully, I could just RFS since I was, up there, so... but yeah, so right here... Oh, and we gotta do that. I don't know if I can up there. Just trying to show where I need to go.
So we're gonna show it again.
Yeah.
We can climb down here.
Alright.
There, that looked good. You kind of gotta make, you gotta make your way around the tree, and you can see where Doc kind of hit the invisible wall and
Yeah.
fell into there. And so if you make it just a little bit further outside and then come in, you can get right onto the cable. But it's a delicate thing because it's really hard to see. But,
Yeah. So
you
basically,
wanna come up to the bush.
yeah. So bush, tree, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing either way. But when you get to this point here in between these, you're gonna, instead of going straight forward and continuing up, you're actually gonna go to the right, up this way.
Good mountain goating.
Yep. Gotta. Hopefully, Aloy does some nice mountain goating and it's nice and clean. This one is not. Here's some burn shine if you need to. I sometimes grab it depending on how much I have at this point during my full game hundos. Do some more mountain goating. There is an ideal path of mountain goating up this point, but I swear it changes every single time I do this run. So we'll come back up this way, because as you can see, so like there's, like through here at this point, you're supposed to get discovered by this arm, and then there's like fire gleam you activate, and then you climb up, and then you climb up this way underneath the arm, and then you're supposed to climb up here again, and then get up that way, and then loop around. We're gonna bypass all that.
Yeah, we cut off a very like S-curve kind of path that is really, really long.
I'd say it probably saves a minute, I want to say.
Saves a fair bit still, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot more when we had the Sunwing, but even then it didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't lose a lot of time save when that was patched out.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, because
people figured it out.
Yeah, even if you just like quickly go through this, like you have the risk of getting hit by like, because I think there's like 2 or 3 corruptors per like each zone down here, and then also here. So if you get hit by them, or you get spotted and hit by the arm, you're going to lose time because Aloy's going to get knocked down. So there's also that part. So this is where we are, and this is the last part before the monkeys. So what I would like to do is I actually like right here along where this like kind of the rock, the cliff edges, I kind of try and hop along that way, and to hopefully avoid alerting the corruptor and also the arm. Doesn't always work. It's like 50-50. I typically, and when I'm doing, unless I am short on Valor, I do not kill the corruptor when I'm just doing a new game plus hundo. If I am doing a full game hundo, 100% of the time I'm going to kill the corruptor because I know I'm going to be short on Valor. But I don't always. But we have a, like, as you can see, we have a level 2 Valor, but we're going to get the rest of it with the monkeys, so that's why I typically don't when I do new game plus. So we're going to...
A distraction might help.
Here.
Or we could charge through.
Unfortunately, I alerted Wanderer with his arm. And if you want, if you haven't alerted them, you can actually fire at the first monkey before climbing up. There's nothing preventing you from doing that. So we do that. We quickly kill them. Now I have almost a full Valor.
Now to deal with the cooling system.
And I switch to my acid bombs. And then I'm gonna...
Do you need
Let's
to
see if we
freeze
can
them
overheat the whole...
before you go? Yeah.
No, I don't need to freeze them before I go, but the reason why I do freeze them is twofold. Just so they, in case I miss, they don't hop away. But also you get Valor buildup by applying different status effects on them.
Okay, that was my next question. Yeah, was like, is that actually Valor? And I've never like paid attention to when Valor builds. I just always have it in New Game Plus runs. So that's good to know. Thank you.
So yeah, but yeah, on story you don't need to do it. You can usually, but you can just like use your Ivry's Downfall or Gravesinger's Lament to just hit a weak point and kill them, and you'll get Valor Surge from them, but you get additional Valor from killing an enemy that's affected by a status. So you get Valor from the status itself that's applied, and then you get additional Valor for actually killing the enemy. So, and then this next one, I use a sticky bomb, and I'm gonna fire it right at the wall. Let's see, right here, as you can see. And the reason why I do this is because these two like panels with the handles on them, or these whatever you want to call them, these heat sinks, either Aloy and Seika each individually have to open one, and then the other will fire at it. You can have Aloy pull this one out, and then Seika will hit it, but it takes a bit. you gotta wait for her to get into position, and you gotta wait for her to knock an arrow, and then you have to wait for her to like fully draw back, and then you gotta wait for her to actually hit it, and if you don't have it fully open, it's not gonna work. So there's a lot of things, and this sticky bomb actually just takes care of it. You don't have to worry. You could also be very fancy and do the bounce bomb, but the sticky bomb works perfectly fine.
I do love the bouncy bomb trick, yeah. It's style points, but you can
Yes.
shoot a bouncy bomb off the lantern there, I think.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
it?
the lantern. Yeah.
And it'll bounce up and back down, and it'll land on the thing and blow up basically as you're holding it open. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, have fun with it, and if you do get good at it, go ahead and do it in a run, but don't do it in your first runs, because it will go horrible for you.
Like, as you can see, like from where I fired it, so like from right here, this, by the time, because it's I don't know, I can't recall how many seconds, I think it's like 10 seconds or something before it 10-15 seconds before it like explodes. So that time, like firing it when I do allows me to run over to it, grab onto it, pull it open to the like fully open, because if you don't have it fully pulled back, it's not going to work. It needs to be fully pulled back. So that gives you all the time to pull it back, and then
with this thing.
wait for it, rather than waiting for Seika, because this is going to be destroyed before Seika
Some kind of heat sink. It might be a way to shut down the cooling. There we go.
And then she goes immediately to
I'll
pull
get
the other one, and you can just shoot it.
And then you have to wait for it to, of course, like I said, you have to wait for Seika to fully pull it out, because if you fire too soon, it's not going to do anything. So I just wait until you can see the entirety of the heatsink, and then I fire. And then that's pretty much it for that. Skip cutscene.
Easy peasy.
Yep. So
now we are in true auto-scroller.
Yeah, intercept the Horus, then go after its heatsink.
For this, because this is a hundo, we have a couple machines we're going to scan. So we have, of course, the Horus. Now, with the recent patch, not a recent patch, but a prior patch, I have no idea when the patch was. I don't know if it was like the second or third patch or whatever, but they did the same thing they did with Spectre Prime, which is you technically do not need to scan the Horus. You finish this quest and this Horus scan appears in your machine scans, but I always do it because I inevitably scan it or accidentally scan it when I focus on just scanning the water wing. So I just scan them anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's just something to be aware of. So like if you just do 80% and then you go into your like machine menu, your machine catalog, and you say, oh wait, why is the Horus scan? I never scanned it. Well, it's because they gave it to you. Because people were saying, oh, I forgot to scan it, and you can't go back. You have to do the entire game again to get the scan. So, yeah. Unless you have a speedrun file that specifically starts at the Burning Shores, you have to do an entire playthrough again just to get the Horus scan. So for a completionist like me, when this DLC first came out, it was a little bit annoying. But so I typically just go until this platform, because by that time the water wing is going to be within your range, and then I scan the Horus, and then I continue on.
We can't let it reach open water.
And I switch
Seika, I need you to keep the Horus on the beach. On it! I'll be the bait!
I change my quick swap as well. So I make sure I have Hunter, and then my precision arrows.
Okay, time to hit that heatsink.
Now time to hit that heatsink is the key point of the auto scroller where the heatsink becomes vulnerable.
You're done for, little insect.
It's definitely sitting there, and you can see it, shoot at it, but you can't take it out completely.
Yeah. You can, but you have to be careful about where the Horus is in the auto scroller. So you kind of have to wait for Seika to kind of start saying her lines, because I found out, I have to double check my recording, but I think I destroyed the heatsink, but I hit it too early. So it interrupted Seika's dialogue where she like flies around, and then she essentially had to do 2 loops. So I got a double auto scroller, which sucks. I was on pace for a world record.
Yeah, these things do happen.
So what I love to do, which is very helpful, is I come over here because you know what? Sometimes you don't have volatile sludge, and if you use like all your elite precision arrows, that's a lot of volatile sludge. You got to use just about 3. It's 1 per arrow. So I come here and I just loot the volatile sludge. If I need blast paste, I do that too. Loot this. If I need some stamina potions, I just loot that. Just loot what I need and just leave them alone. And then I just wait. And then when Seika says like, okay, I have to dive, then I like walk back over here and essentially like get closer. So that I can be in position to quickly fire at the heat sink as soon as or just before he gets stuck. And then if you need berries and you're wondering where the berries are on this section of the map, there's the lone berry right there. They give you all other minutes. They give you the, I think this is the wild peppercorn or something, but they don't give you any berries, except for that one there. I don't know why they did that. It's
good, that's why.
I find it very funny that that is like, yeah, the gold thorn cover. So.
Yes!
Nice.
It's stuck!
Now he's stuck.
So he's
Good
down.
work.
And then I come
I'm
this.
always surprised, like, I know I've done this so many times myself, and like, it's so long, right?
It is long.
Nice.
So yeah. So I've resolved to now wait until he actually gets stuck to shoot at it. And I just use the opportunity to restock on some items. And I don't actually completely loot them because I want them to still be there for the third phase of this fight. Or is it? Yeah, third phase. So now what you do is, by this point, the little circle in the bottom right has appeared. So then IRFS, and what this does is this pops you, it teleports you from here to here. Like, you can imagine if the map is like so. Originally I was like over here, and then RFS puts me here. And then I just go, I ignore the corruptors.
I'm just sending more corruptors! I'll handle it!
This is
Seika, keep Laundra busy while I deal with the machines. Shouldn't be hard to get Aloy!
And then
I see another heat sink on the flank!
hopefully she's staying there.
Let me scan it.
That has actually not happened to me in a while.
Yeah, you gotta be careful
Scaling
about
a horse
holding
on the
square
move.
when you get up
Right.
there. Like, if you do the
Easy.
jump, you have to let go of it right
It's
away.
being the
Otherwise,
bait.
she will, like, take it as a square input and drop off.
No rockets catching
It's
us!
weird how it only happens on that.
And it also can happen here. Like, there's something about the interaction. Like, if you jump at the wrong time, you can actually get knocked off. It's very
Can't
weird.
swat me out of the sky!
Yeah, the moving leg this is a pain,
Yes.
for sure.
So then, I always occasionally, like, it's not so much I'm waiting for this fire. I will, this is short.
There it is. And we died, let's go!
Wait, what? That was not my intention to do any of that.
I love it here. I'm gonna climb it again. So this is where runs die at the end. I've watched so many Burning Shores runners, and myself included, try to climb this thing and
keep
then fall
Laundra
off
busy while I
onto
deal with the
face, and
machines.
then you completely
Aloy!
Yep.
I see another
it's
heat
just
sink
like,
on the flank!
if you fall from up there, it's like a minute to get back on it, and
Let me
like
scan
it's
it.
just you have to chase it down or restart from
Scaling a
save or
horse
do
on the
whatever,
move.
like, and it's
Right. Easy.
mad annoying.
It's being the bait.
Yeah.
So practice.
It's like,
Learn them.
Dodged it!
More attitude than your sister. I like it.
I did think that a grapple
I feel like
point,
you just got pushed off and you were
Yeah, I think I got pushed off. I was in the air because I was.
and you were just pressing
Can't
X
catch
at
me.
the time, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I press X all the time while I'm on the handholds to like move over and stuff.
All right.
So now you want to wait until that's into you.
That's your big plan.
Heat sinks
I got
exposed!
pathetic.
Yep.
Look out!
And then sometimes
It's
it'll land
raining
on
fire!
the hitbox.
Time to heat it up!
Just if you land in all the
Come on,
way in
buddy.
the water, you
Fly
are
straight.
fine, but make sure you hit your glider on the way down.
Because otherwise you'll die.
Yep, and then you got to do it again, even if
Yes.
you hit the heat sink, because there's a certain point you have to wait to here
Nothing but a pair of
after getting the heat sink
D-listers.
to get the autosave.
So what I do is then I run all the way over here so that the corruptors can just like do whatever and just I don't care.
I've got it down!
Yeah, you don't have to kill them. He just
No.
throws them at you. Yeah. And if you want, to, you can. I usually
Yes.
just I just
If I absolutely
repelled
need
that
the
one.
Valor, I'll kill them, but I don't need
It's
it.
charging again, Aloy.
For this
Get
next
clear.
part to work, I need a minimum of level 2. I think you can pull it off with a level 1, but it's actually a lot easier if you have at least a level 2.
I always thought the blast radius wasn't enough. That's
Alright.
So here we are in phase 3.
Alright, I'm trying to... I want to do... Photo mode. Okay, so we'll be going over this in a couple ways. So now when you first do this fight, my suggestion, just deal with the 2 arms with the radio, and then you can work in the 3-arm strat. You can get all 4 arms at once, but that has
sure
like
can.
a 1 in like 5 or 6 chance of essentially soft, like hard. I don't think it's a hard lock, but
No, it's like a soft lock. You
it's a
have to redo
soft
it.
lock, and you have to redo it. Because I think it's only happened to me once, and it was when I was learning the strat using this skill, this one here. So the trap specialist. So it gives you extra boosts. You also use the Karja Stalker Elite because you get more trap limit. You get more traps available. And so you place like them strategically. You use Radial Blast here, and then you have like a line of traps here, and then I do a different strat, and that's the 3-arm strat, which there is like a glitch that just you may lose. I think it's 20 seconds, 10 or is it? It's 15 to 20 seconds. If this little like sequence glitch, I want to say, occurs, but it's always consistent. You can't necessarily, you can tell when you're going to get the glitch, but if you don't get it, it's very quick. If you do get it, you don't lose too much time versus if you soft lock doing the 4-arm strat. It'll also be slower than if you just do Radial Blast on the 2 arms here on the left, and then you individually hit the other 2 arms with Hunter Bow or whatever weapon you want to use. So we'll start with just the first half of the... I'll show you like the first half, like what I originally did before I learned the 3-arm strat and incorporated that into my run. So in order to actually like activate this, you gotta go forward,
Oh, we're not
and
done
then
yet.
Landra has his
Careful,
lines,
Aloy. The
and
Horus arms are
so
closing in.
wait for the Horus to close in.
It's you and me now, Aloy.
And then, let me quickly, before he says his lines. So, I'm gonna show this photo real quick. Alright, so. Right here. See that this little mound? Right here.
Yep.
That little mound. And then as you zoom out, it's actually kind of nice to see it because there is a little bit of color differentiation. So this mound right here, that is where you're going to stand. So you kind of want to stand either right on it or a little bit to the right of it. Don't stand to the left of it because then you're going to get knocked over. And that's also not going to help with the 2 arms. And that's the spot where you want for the Radial Blast. In terms of the timing of it, it has a very specific timing in order to get both, to guarantee getting both arms. So, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come here. Be aware that he releases
Where do you want me? Stay up there. Keep a look.
if you're just doing
Yeah,
the
just a missile attack.
yeah, if you're just doing the Radial Blast one, just switch to your Hunter Bow, and then
We're not done yet.
Just wait a little bit.
Careful, Aloy!
I usually like
Arms are
kind of go
closing in.
here and do it.
Oh boy.
It's
And
you
then-
and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're
So,
made of.
he always, every single time, the turret will come down when he says, what you're made of. Every single time. And that line is actually very important for the 3-arm strat. But the turret always comes down after he finishes saying what, so that you can easily just like wait for that in a spot where you're not going to be hit by the arms at all, and then shoot that, and then you can just
Where do you want me?
go over to this spot,
Stay up there. Keep a lookout.
and then
Okay.
so we have the 2 arms here on the left coming down. What you're gonna do is, almost as soon as they hit the ground, you're gonna want to open up your weapon wheel, like as they're coming down and they hit the ground, and then when they actually like hit the ground, you want to hit the Valor Surge. The important thing to do is you want Aloy to be slamming her spear into the ground by the time Seika says her line, I think I see heat sinks in the arms. If Aloy slams it down before the line is even said, it's not gonna work. If she slams it down after Seika has said that line, it's not gonna work. So it's like you have to have the action, the Valor Surge animation that you see has to be occurring as she says that line for it to work. So
Timing is important on this one.
you see,
It's even more important the more arms you get.
and just like I can tell you for sure, it didn't work because I wasn't in the right spot. I can tell you that much.
Try again. You can see how we got the one there on the left, and so that we're just trying to get both. So we did definitely do it, but we just want
Yeah.
more position.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, so the timing of it, like if I was in the right position, I was a little bit too far forward, too far forward and a little bit too much to the left. But if I had been a little bit further back, I would have actually hit both arms. It's a matter of the radius that it's at.
It's you and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're made of.
Down it goes. All right. Where do you want me? Stay up there. Keep a lookout. Okay. I think I see heat sinks on the arms.
There we go. We have the 2 arms. So that is the timing that you want. You want it, as you can see, like Aloy was slamming her spear down right when, here I can, this actually will. 15, yeah. No. 30 would have been better. Alright. Oh, timings. Maybe a minute would have been
It
better.
was right at the end, yeah. That's fine.
It was. But I think having this is the beauty of doing this on PlayStation. Alright. So as you can see,
Up there. Keep a lookout.
we're going through this. I've shot the arm off, and then essentially just as Seika says okay, I open the weapon wheel, then hit R1. And then as you can see, the Aloy has her spear in the ground, and Seika is still saying her line, and that gets both arms. So at this point, since we've destroyed 2 of the arms, what I'm gonna do is hopefully not get hit by that arm, and then I'm just gonna come over here and I'm just gonna stand here.
Tell yourself when
I'm gonna wait for the turret, fire at it. If you're not quick enough for it, the turret's gonna hit you, but it's not that. You gotta.
Doesn't really matter that much.
But then I'm gonna hit the 4th arm. Now there's a specific reason why I hit the 4th arm. It's because I have the perfect strat for the 3rd arm, and this actually will come into play when we do the 3-arm strat, in case we get the, what I call the sequence glitch. So we hit the 4th arm, and then, now that I see that vibrate the way it did, I wonder if you're supposed to take out the 3rd one before you take out the far one. Whatever, doesn't matter. So I'm gonna fire at the turret, and then I'm just gonna go around clockwise, around the 3rd arm, just slide canceling, avoiding the Horus arm as it's coming out. And the reason why I go clockwise is because the 3rd or 4th time, it's always gonna appear that way. Every single time. If you go clockwise around the arm, on the final time when it pops up when the heatsink does, it's always going to appear facing the central part of the arm. Every single time, 100%. If you go around another way, it will still face the same way, but it's just in terms of like consistency and knowing like I can stop. I know the heatsink is about to appear, and then you can just turn around and then essentially almost quick fire. You don't necessarily have to line it up. On ultra hard, it's better to use a sharp shot bow because you get more damage, or if you're able to triple notch and a fully overdrawn, but that will get the 3rd arm. So kind of like all together. Oh, you're saying something, Rudy?
No, that's right. No, I was just worked out nice.
Yeah. So
You always have to wait for that underground attack.
Careful, Aloy!
yeah. And the reason, and here's another reason why I actually do the 4th arm, is because if you do the 3rd arm, you're actually going to get a delay, because then you're going to lose time, because the 3rd arm actually does a slam attack every single time. So the 3rd arm, if it's destroyed first, then the next phase is actually to get a slam attack. If you destroy the 4th arm rather than the 3rd arm, and this is like from left to right on the screen, so the first 2 that we destroyed with radial blast are 1 and 2, and then we have 3 and 4. So if you get 4 first, you can completely avoid that slam attack, and then it will immediately go to that underground like arm attack. So it's just like, yeah, so I think like the intention is for you to do 3 first, then 4. But if you do go through all the phases of it, you're gonna lose time, because the slam attack, that one takes a while. And then you also have the attack where he will like fire turrets from the back of the Horus. So like I think altogether having that extra that going into that phase, if you destroy the 3rd arm first, is like another like 30 seconds. It's a decent chunk of time if you have to do that one.
It's you and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're made of.
And the reason why I destroyed the turret here is so if I'm really close to the position I need to be, I don't get knocked off by the rockets.
Where do you want me? Stay up there. Keep a lookout. Okay.
Yes, I was too early on that one. But yeah, that's kind of like the idea behind, because the slam one, you also have to wait, and he has to do another attack. There's a lot to like all the phases of this Horus fight.
The Horus arms are closing in.
Oh boy. It's you and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're made of.
Turret's out. Where do you want me? Stay up there. Keep a lookout. Okay. I think I see heat on the arm. Got it.
Yeah, as you can see, this
Another
is...
one down.
And I typically triple notch with my hunter bow. You don't have to. On story, they can be destroyed by just one. Of course, I forgot to destroy the turret. And I mean, like, you don't have to, but it's a lot easier. Like, I don't have to worry about it.
One left.
So we're gonna. also destroy the turret. Would be a good thing to do. Again, it doesn't really... I mean, it may make it so that you get stuck and then you get hit by the arm again when it comes up. But, there we go.
That's the last one.
And then that's like the strat that I used for quite a bit until I learned this next one I'm gonna show. And this one can go, like I said, you can either lose 20 seconds or you can save 20 seconds. And it's just a matter of, are you gonna get the underground arm attack? If you get the underground arm attack, you're gonna lose 20 seconds. If you not, you're gonna save 20 seconds. So yeah. So for this one, so what we're gonna do. So I have on my quick swap, I have my hunter bow, and then I have my advanced bombs. So we start here. We're gonna go over to here. And so I'd like to go straight line. Launder's gonna start his dialogue, and he's gonna say, you know, the whole thing with like, it's time to see what you're made of. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to...
Careful, Aloy! The horse arms are closing in!
So it's like, yeah, nope. Damn it. The shadow from the Horus got in the way.
Spot and then like go and restart again. So.
There you go. It's just easier to see without the shadow from the Horus.
Oh yeah. So
this is you have the landmarks are going to be these boxes. So it's this one all the way over here that you want. And then kind of just below it, you have these two mounds. You have one here and you have one here. You're going to use a sticky bomb, and you're going to aim it so like when you have the arc that you see when you aim with it, you want it so that the end of the arc like is kind of like right here, like just where the top of the box is for the UI for photo mode. And then there's like a circle at the end of the arc that kind of indicates like where it's going to land. You want the top of that to be on the other side. So you essentially want the bomb to land in between, like in the middle between those two mounds like of sand. And you can wait, you can watch the smoke as it comes by, but I just listen for the dialogue. And so the dialogue I'm listening for is him to say, time to see what you're made of. So as soon as he finishes saying see and he starts saying what, I let loose the sticky bomb, and then I switch quick swap to my hunter bow, turn, fire at the turret, run over, and to get the radial blast off. In terms of the using the hunter bow to take out the turret as you head over, my suggestion is just until you get the timing of running over to activate radial blast, just run and try and hope you don't get hit by the rockets. Is my suggestion until you can kind
running
of
and sliding usually like keeps you away from them too. So
yeah, and that's kind of like how I like when because for a while I didn't actually shoot at the turret. I just like quickly turned around, dropped it, and then just ran over there to get ready for radial blast. But then I was like, wait a minute, I wonder if I have time to shoot the turret. And you do have just enough time to do it and run over. But it was like a stage thing that I did. So yeah, so we're gonna come over here. I stand about right here.
Careful, Aloy! The horse arms are closing in! Oh boy.
It's you and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're made of.
Fire at that.
Where do you want me? Stay up there. Keep a lookout.
Oh my god. But see, as you can see, I got the fourth one over there, and I just the timing was actually off when I did radio blast.
so you just got the one.
Yeah. But the main thing is like when trying to get the placement of the sticky bomb and the timing, my suggestion is if you're incorporating this after like learning the timing for the radio blast, just focus on learning the timing for when you need to emplacement of the sticky bomb, and then you can kind of put it together. Like I think when I first figured this out, I spent like an hour or more, like when I first figured it out, and then even more time just like kind of perfecting my timing. Like it's just a bunch of repetition.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Careful, Aloy! The horse arms are closing in!
It's you and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're made of.
I always tend to say the
That'll help. Where do
line
you want
because
me?
if I say it, I can get my
Stay up
timing
there.
off a lot
Keep a
better.
lookout. Okay.
It's too early.
I think I see heat on the arms.
And that one was off. That went off a little too early.
Oh no. Now you guys can see just how finicky this is, so like the timing is really important, practice is really important for
Careful,
this.
Aloy! The
But it's
horse
worth it,
arms are
though.
closing in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's you and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're made of.
Down it Where do you goes. want me? Stay up there. Keep a lookout.
I've still got a full arsenal.
Oops.
I think I see heat on the arms.
Yeah. Wait, what? Really?
Oh, we're not done yet.
Yeah, this is like,
Careful, Aloy! The horse
this
arms
is
are closing
definitely,
in.
this is one where you definitely have to.
It's you and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're made of.
Got it. Where do you want me? Stay up there. Keep a lookout. Okay. I think I see heat on the arms.
Huh.
No, just missed the one on the outside. Oh.
I did it. First, the first time I showed it works.
Yeah, it worked the first time and then the other one didn't work, right?
Closing in.
I feel like you're dropping it at the same point.
It's you and me now, Aloy. Time to see what you're made of.
Where do you want me? Birds out. Stay up there. Keep a lookout.
And if you get hit, you just gotta. This isn't work.
I think I see heat on the arms. It worked, guys. It worked.
Oh hey, check it out! You just gotta get hit a little bit. So there you go, you see the three are all red.
Okay, so I'm gonna record this real quick and show. Let's see. I did pause it a little bit, but okay. So here you can see that we have all three arms that I wanted to hit. This point, so there's a point where after you get the fourth arm, he's always said, you know, you got it. Seika says you got it. Aloy says one left, or Aloy says one left, and then Landra says, "God damn it!" This is at a point where you are supposed to have where the three arms slam down, but if you watch this as it slams down, you see it suddenly. It's not a gradual like slam down. Suddenly they just appear in position. If you get this, you're gonna have to do the third arm where you just go around clockwise and then you shoot at it. What you hope for is what happened when if you did focus just on the radial blast, then you went and shot the fourth arm. You want to hope for that when that happens, the timing and everything for that fourth arm occurs. So there's like a little bit of a pause as the fourth arm comes down, third and fourth arm comes down, and then the third one comes up a little bit and then changes position. That's what you want. But if it happens where it just suddenly is in position in the ground, you're gonna have to do a run around. And unfortunately, that just like, it's not something I'm gonna stick around and like just do, because we haven't quite figured out what the trigger is. I think it's a combination of Aloy's positioning and then to trigger like dialogue and stuff after you get the third arm. But even that, it's like, just like, if you can figure it out, awesome. But the main thing is you get three arms. you're gonna it's gonna be a lot faster if you rather than like waiting for the arm slam attack and all that. So, but yeah, so we're just gonna wait. And then we're just gonna run around. But if you get basically what happens, so like when we did the just the radio blast and we used the hunter bow and the other two heat sinks, you'll get the first set of arm heat sink reveals that occurred, and then what that does is actually, let me see. It's probably okay, yeah, it's this one. Where this is the one you can get potentially if the ideal one you get is, so just imagine that this fourth arm is already on fire like it is, and then that heatsink is like comes out, it's already burning, but as it continues, then you have the third one come down and move positions before the heatsinks are revealed. So yeah. That's what you want to happen. That is the fast 3-arm strat. More often than not, you're gonna get the slow arm strat, which is what we have right now. And so then just start running around again clockwise.
Move, Aloy!
I think it comes up 3, 4 times. And then on the 5th one, it's revealed, and then you shoot it, and then now you have the last heat sink. While that's going on, I usually just heat a Ruby Sunrise, knock 3 arrows, wait for fire, and then one more, and we're off to the longer fight. So that's the Horus fight.
That last heat sink might have reached the hull.
And then I changed my quick swap to, instead of the blast sling, I switched to the Spectre Gauntlet.
It's coming to a stop. You can catch it.
But yeah, that's
breaking down.
You kind of like I said, you hope for the fast 3-arm strat, but more often than not, you're gonna get the slow one. Alright.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to chase down this entrance or whatever. There's always like a little pause right before you get to it.
Yeah, because it's like
Built into the Horus's movements.
it's still the auto scroller when you're swimming towards it.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't cease being the auto scroller until you actually enter the Horus. So the out of bounds, I want to say, is like somewhere
I'll just bring the
over
horse back
here.
up to the surface.
I'll climb up and find him.
I haven't.
That's fine. We'll
I
learn to
haven't
it,
learned to do it. Hopefully, getting out of the
Yeah.
water is a little smoother. But this part actually, I have actually started kind of waiting for where the grapple point appears. So I jump over here and then I just follow it and wait until it's like right where it is right now, and then I jump up, release, and then go. And then go this way.
Yeah, you kind of need to be patient with this one. There's a climbing path there, but like, you
It's
know, if you
slow.
can get, and if you try to go too early, you can bonk
And
up
then
there
fall.
because, yeah, the walls kind of come in where the handholds are. So like, if you jump too early, you'll hit the wall, and then you can't get any of the handholds. So you just got to be careful there.
Yeah.
Hooked up to the processing.
And
Then you jump to the left and use your glider, and you hop down here. Otherwise, you have to climb like across or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's just slower. So just use circle to leap left and glide right away. And you glide right here.
So this next part, you can actually dive through those. So I start
you can
walking, and then as soon as it like approaches Aloy, then I dive through it. If you dive too early, you're gonna get knocked back, because she's gonna get shocked. You dive too late, well, you're gonna get shocked. And then drop down. I've seen Saf do it. He did that whole thing like when the first tunnel in Demeter where you kind of like hop.
You can jump through it, yeah.
Yeah, and you can like continue to hop. I've only gotten it like once.
I actually don't know how
Almost
to do it
Laundra.
here. Yeah,
Stand
I
by.
never really tried, but I don't know how it works.
I tried. I was like, "Ooh, I got it!" So then I was like, "Let me RFS." So I did it. I RFS, and I was like, "Oh, let's see if I can." It's like, nope, nope, nope. I was like, "All right, I'm not even gonna bother." So open the vent, and then make sure you're on your hunter ball and not the Spectre Gauntlet. And I shoot these. You can shoot all 6 of the connectors if you want, but you'll have more obstacles to deal with as you come out.
I gotta find another one.
So shoot that.
I don't like that. Yeah.
Quick shot to the Spectre Gauntlet and destroy this
Target more
one.
connector.
For this next one, pause it as Aloy is getting shocked by a cable. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it the way I'm gonna do it, which is the Spectre Gauntlet. But it can be a little finicky because of the mechanics of the Spectre Gauntlet, because if you release R2 too soon, it's not gonna fire. Which is just dumb. Like, I get it. It needs to charge, but you don't need to, like, grill it. It just doesn't need to do that. It just, if it's not a full charge, it doesn't do as much damage. I don't know. But the other option is quickly firing at all the cables once the shield is down. It's each one, the failure rate with the Spectre Gauntlet is higher than if you do it with the Hunter Bow, but there's really no significant like difference unless you fail the Spectre Gauntlet on the first try.
Yeah, and like Spectre Gauntlet is, you place a marker on the top one or whatever in the middle, and then you're gonna get a wave of electricity that you have to jump over,
Yeah.
and you need to be charging
As
your
you
shot
jump.
while you do that. So
Yeah.
like it's a little tricky. The timing is something, and like I know people have been trying to do this forever that are still struggling with it. So
Yeah.
it happens, right? Like, because it's one of those things where like you have to like get the mark off quickly, and then you need to be ready to jump and already be charging, and you're going to get into hunter's reflexes. So if you're a little bit off, you're going to be going slow-mo. So
yeah. So you'll
not
see
much you can do.
what I do is, like, to at least get the mark off quickly, is I'm actually holding R1 as Laundra does the whole action and says enough of this, and then releases the wave of electricity. So as that releases, I let go of R1 because I'm aiming right at the top center one. And then as the wave comes towards me, I am charging up and then getting ready to press X to get the Spectre Gauntlet aimed at and fire. It also works out that with the Spectre Gauntlet, there's some strange thing where I think it also has to do with like the slowdown when you slide to like load ammo. It does actually seem to charge up just a fraction, like a half a second or something faster than if you were to just stand on the ground. So it kind of works out a little bit. So
yeah, the agility thing makes it just a little bit faster. So
Another way to drain its power.
it does the same thing. Like if you're able to perfectly get the center, if you're perfectly able to do this at the topless where you hit the target, it will get like all of the joints that you're supposed to on the spider on both sides, and like with 2 shots you can end that section of that phase of that fight. And this one, it just hits it very quickly.
Orbs down. Now for my
Then-
speed.
That's the Laundra fight. This next one, I'm gonna quickly pause. Alright, I'm gonna quickly pause, because I don't know. I may have to RFS. Yeah, I'm gonna... But, I'm gonna quickly... Now, you hopefully, like, what I should have actually done is made sure as I was, like, going through the tunnel to get to Laundra, I should have made sure that my quick menu was already on my fast travel pack. But essentially what I'm doing is I am using the fast travel map to open the map as quickly as possible, so silence doesn't prevent me from fast traveling. So, this campfire, we activated this in the first episode. We actually, like, This is we did this little section after we had gotten this Delver's Trinket here. So we came here, we fast traveled here. We talked to Theoa that was like here, and we fast traveled to the skiff for skiff nanigans. Then when we were on it, we fast traveled back. But like before we like fast traveled to the skiff, I like ran up here to this ramp to activate this campfire, then fast traveled to the skiff, and then back to the campfire, and that completed that part. So we're gonna use a particular quirk of Silen's dialogue, is that it takes like a couple 2 to 3 seconds for it to actually initiate, which is why like you can use like the touchpad to open the map, but I find that that's just a fraction slower, and you sometimes are as you're opening it with the touchpad, the dialogue that Silence starts in the background, and by the time you're able to move to the fast travel, you can't, because the game prevents you from doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast travel to this campfire, and then as soon as the screen turns black and the little loading screen disappears, I am pressing triangle. Because if you do that, what happens is Silence starts talking as the cutscene plays. So his dialogue will play through the cutscene as you're skipping through the dialogue, and then once that dialogue is all done, his dialogue will be finished, and Aloy will be talking about, okay, time to meet up with Seika, but maybe I should do some stuff beforehand. And that actually saves about 10 to 15 seconds, I want to say. Yes, Silent talks for 10 to 15 seconds. So
yeah, because usually you'd be flying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're just doing any percent, like if you decide to like change something with the route, like you decide to do something different, the other option is using your Sunwing. But because of how we like map things out with this particular route, it's better to fast travel to Fleet's End in this. Yeah. So we'll fast travel here, and then
Mashing the triangle.
Silence?
and then if you heard Aloy say silence just before the cutscene began. So now Silence and Aloy's conversation is going to play on while we are watching this cutscene and skipping through dialogue between Aloy and Theoa.
Name. The early you but I
Nice.
use but there we a what disguise but there.
But yeah, you can mash it,
I'll try
but
to
just
find
if you
Andy's
pay
expedition.
close attention, you
Where
can just
exactly
like
would
time
I
it and just like press it once as soon as
I'll perhaps
and then the
If-
line you
okay.
should hear, there's
There's 2 leads to look into.
so either Aloy is gonna say there are 2 bleeds to look in with 2, which is referring to the conversation with Theoa. Now, and that only occurs if Aloy starts talking before the cutscene starts. So just like you press triangle, activate the cutscene, and she says silence. If you actually are able to start the cutscene before she says anything, then you're going to hear her dialogue where she says, okay, we should meet up with Seika, but maybe we should do some other stuff first.
Shipping
Or
manifest Enki was after points the
but either way,
focuses.
while she's
Trying to
talking,
change things in their homeland.
we go over here. It doesn't matter if she keeps talking, because we have to wait for the prompt to appear for Tosu anyway. Similar to with Gildan, it takes a couple seconds, and then
I was here.
start this. I fast travel here with my loading screens on this current file. It's probably faster to just like run here rather than fast travel, but I think on my new file it'll be faster to actually just fast travel. So if you don't have what is it, 160 million metal shards and a whole bunch of stuff in your stash, it should be faster to just fast travel to this campfire. So fast travel to the campfire. And then
South of Launcher's bunker.
we're gonna go
Best place to
here.
start looking.
I mean, I haven't actually, like, timed it, but I, like, just with the loads, I think it's, like, faster. Like, it's just a second or two, but a second or two makes all the difference. Then we talked to Seika and the commanding chief, or whatever his name is. The admiral. Then, once you skip, press square twice, we're going to fast travel to this shelter. And then we're gonna go get to see the kiss. So while I'm flying over, I switch to my fast travel pack in my quick menu.
Okay, so Seika's waiting for me when we first met.
Alright.
There's no reason to be nervous.
And then
Right, there she is.
talk to
You must feel pretty
Seika.
quick. You're the one. I think maybe a little. As for
Get your
being
kiss percent.
Yep, kiss percent. Which is essentially any percent.
It's more the people I like.
Yeah.
And more. Yeah,
This is where the any percent run would stop.
Yeah, as soon as you
When you
talk with
talk,
Seika, yeah, then it
yeah.
ends. But we
You get to
continue.
play out the whole thing. Yeah.
As we say in Expedition 33, we continue. So, as soon as you get control of Aloy again, immediately RFS, because you actually cannot fast travel at this point before RFSing, because there's a couple things that happen. I think there's like a dialogue box that appears, and then you have Silence talking about, oh, I found something on the data you sent me. So when you RFS, this will allow you to fast travel. So we'll RFS, hit down on for the quick menu, fast travel to the shelter or the skiff, doesn't matter. Quickly, I go one over while the screen's still black to call my water wing. And then while this dialogue is playing between Aloy and Silence, I will go to our next point on our collectathon. So we're gonna go here. You can either land or you can just let the sun. Grave Singer's Lament, because I want the piercing arrows. Because we're going to be fighting a bunch of human enemies.
What was it
They're
doing?
easier to deal with the piercing arrows.
My focus might help.
Indeed.
And they're cheaper to craft. That's the main
that's true.
thing. Because
Yeah, the
the elite precision arrows
sure
work just
look
as well
great.
as the piercing
Fanghorn wasn't
arrows,
working
but
alone.
you only have 6,
If the
and there's
Fanghorn
more
found
than
anything worth
6 enemies
salvaging,
you have to
the shell
fight,
walker would have
even with
found a way.
Like
chambers.
3 volatile sludge, and it's
Yeah.
just trash. Yeah. They're great arrows, but they're trash to have to deal with.
Yes.
See new game called
Why
Ultra
did we
Hard.
only get 6? Why couldn't we have gotten more?
It's so bad.
It seems like 6 would be what you had if you hadn't fully upgraded your pouch, like
Stormbird's
maybe
headed
like
into the
level
clouds.
1 or level
Could track it with
2.
my focus.
But fully upgraded, I would think like even just like
That Stormbird's behaving
10 would have
erratically.
been nice. It doesn't have to be
think it's
15.
seeding
Just
the
10 would
clouds
have been
somehow.
nice. 4 more. That would have been fine. And then for this one,
Stormbird sighting.
for this path, you do not need to follow the path at all.
I lost it.
This
No.
isn't an aerial capture.
You just kind of need to keep going up,
Yeah.
following the Stormbird and stuff.
So once you kind of
That was
learn the
close.
Stormbird's path, you can actually just fly straight to each spawn point where he's going to appear. And then for this one, technically, I don't think you need to fly here. So this is very, very, very important.
Extremely important.
As soon as you get attacked by the Stormbird and your water wing gets hit, pause the game in RFS, because if the animation of them free falling to the ground starts playing, you will have to go and find a Sunwing or Water Ring site to override another one. But
Yeah,
if you, because that's actually when you get the auto save point. But if you RFS before that, as soon as you get attacked, not before, as soon as, you will still have you'll be teleported to the island, which was once Santa Monica Pier, and then you will still have your flying mount.
Yeah, very important. Don't want to be chasing down mounts this
Looks
late
like
in the
it's a
run.
fight.
So, and then 3 frost arrows. And part of the reason why I do, ooh, I got 30,000 with a crit. Nice.
Well done.
The reason why you want to, you can just like get a precision arrow shot with the elite precision arrows to like the Stormbird cannon, but I actually find it's a lot easier to use frost or acid to like basically stun the Stormbird out of the sky and then fire. It's, you know, it's not so much for the extra
Stormbird
damage you
discharged a
get,
lot of
it's
energy.
simply the mechanic
signal.
of, oh, the Stormbird is like,
Transmitter?
oh shoot, I'm frozen. Alright,
get
gotta fall
closer.
out of the air. And so, that's just, otherwise you're chasing the Stormbird all over the place. So, as you saw, the Stormbird released a whole bunch of energy, and that's overrode the locks on these 3 doors. This one, and that one over there. When you're doing a full hundo, or you're just playing this casually for the first time, you definitely want to go to this door. There's a cache there, gives you 5 Brimshine and I think an elite coil. But we'll go to this one first, because this is a transmitter.
There's a
Let her
corrupted
examine the
recording here,
transmitter
along
as
with a
soon as
flight
you're
path.
able to move.
Route starts in the air nearby.
Go dodge roll your way out of the building, and then slide up here. You can call your Water Wing if you want. I find it's easier to not. And then I usually press circle to like jump up in the air. And I go over here. And this is our final Delver's Trinket. So I pick it up, and then immediately RFS. And then we are teleported to right under the next aerial capture. Wait a second before you whistle, because just the fact that you RFS while you are still in the building, the game still thinks you're inside the building, and they're saying, oh, you're inside a building, so you cannot call your flying mount. Just wait 1 second, and then call, and you should be fine.
Coordinates for more flight data are in the sky near here.
Look at that. This is another aerial capture. This is one aerial capture where stay on the path as long as you can until you get to after you trigger the first like phase of this, because if you fly here,
Signal's getting weak.
he's gonna start
Gotta get back
saying,
on the route.
and you're really close to it. Even if you like cut in just a little bit like in front of it, like right here, a little bit closer to that building, she's still gonna say, oh, you know, I need to get closer, it's getting weak. Even like a little bit over like here, it's the same thing. This one is like the finickiest one of them all. So just like until you reach this point, you can stay on the line if you want to. There's usually, because at this point in the run it's usually night, you can actually scan Apex Water Wings here, but I just wait until the arena. So then follow it, and then when you get here, you can actually through, because hold on. Essentially, this loops around here and then comes this way, so you can actually just cut across. And then barrel roll. And then the Lillian's dialogue will get interrupted by Aloy because we're about to approach the final Pangea figurine.
The Shawwalkers must have been.
Just don't jump off, just like press square to fall off. If you need
Easier
to,
search the area if I clear them out.
deploy a smoke bomb. You may accidentally loot one of the crates, but just turn around. Your water wing should be just looping around, so you can just grapple onto it, and then you shouldn't lose the signal. And then our second to last aerial capture. And this one, getting this one will actually spawn the
They never did.
the last one, which is actually we're just over a campfire we got earlier. And then we're gonna fly this way
Picking up another signal. Looks
for
like there's one more
our
recording
next
to find.
quest, which is in his wake. And so I'm gonna switch to my piercing arrows, and then about here I just fall off. Does mean you have to kind of like run in, but part of the reason why I do this is like I can guarantee I know, like, I know most, like, about 90%, I see, maybe closer to 80% of the time I know where they're gonna spawn.
I gotta wait.
Hit
Build up my
shield. Go.
Freeing those prisoners might even out the numbers.
What is he getting hit by? Oh, he's standing in the nanites!
That's funny.
Okay. And then you come over here, and then you'll immediately get this cutscene to skip. The reason why I go the way I do is so that I essentially, when I kill the last enemy, I'm right in front of the door, so I just have to press triangle.
Because if you
Yesterday when I did a run on my new file, I was over here, I opened the door, and I was like, where's the cutscene? Why am I not getting the cutscene? And then I look up, oh, you still have to kill one. I don't know why, but he was like behind, not only behind that wall, but he was on the other side of this building. I was like, how did he get over there? And it was... Oh, hello, dude. Still standing. Hi. Okay.
We do love a good T-pose in this one.
Yes. And then we go this way. Now, I do not
Any idea where they're
activate
keeping
Valor
the prisoners?
Surge, my Valor Surge there, the
workers' quarters
chambers,
were practically
because
cells
it's
already.
pointless because they're too far
Probably there.
away. So it's best to just use your focus to like highlight them and then fire individual shots at each one. If you're able to hit a gold plate with the piercing arrows, you should be able to drop the Spectre. And then I activate Chain Burst while I'm waiting for just enough to dodge roll through. I start with these guys, and I go with these guys.
Looks like they've got their own
Then I
backup.
get ready to climb the
More
escalator,
soldiers
then
coming
I get
in.
those guys. Climb
Comrades,
up here.
now's your time. Help us fight back. Payback time.
And then
What's nice about your chain burst is it goes through walls and stuff too,
Yep.
so you don't have to worry about whether things are out
We're clear.
correct.
with you, you know?
no sign of
Yeah,
Pierre or
and
the
sometimes this Quinn sharpshooter is sometimes like in her patrol just out of range of these guys, so you may have to like shoot her last. But usually I can get it done in
Maybe it'll get us
1,
into Pyrrhic's
2,
headquarters.
3, 4, 4 to 5 to 6 shots. And then we grab the key that's in that room, that red room with the dragon on it. We come here,
He must have scurried away with the last of the
get some
prisoners.
brimshine there. If you ever are searching for brimshine and
He
you
ran
somehow
this dude.
collected it and it keeps
Loved
showing you
holding the
here,
whip over us.
you can come back in through
And his
this way.
guards,
This little hole that
former
we're, this little hole in the
He'd send them away and they
wall
returned
that you can.
defeat.
It took me like
Dead eyes,
forever to figure out
like machines.
during my first playthroughs of
They'd
the
execute
Burning
brutal
Shores.
orders without
For you
question.
actually get back in there.
That's not good.
And then go forward.
Ambush!
Shoot. Again. You don't need the frost, but I do it for the valor.
Only coward do that. Finally! It's
And
done.
Now to find Lon and the other
come up
prisoners.
here. This is important. You must loot this. Even if you already have a Spectre, the fully upgraded, you must loot this to continue the
I can
quest.
upgrade my Zenith weapon.
And then
with
I
this.
drop down.
I'll need a
And
workbench.
so this is another thing with like the frost arrows, why I use the frost here, is because it's once it's fully frosted, it's stun locked, And this actually is really nice because you can get anywhere from 10 to, yes, I have gotten this, 30 volatile sludge from my Spectre. And so I use this to restock my volatile sludge at this point in the run. So I like shoot it with the frost arrow to stun lock it, then I shoot it with a sharp shot, and then I switch back, jump up here, loot Pyrrhic, drop down, and then it should, like, if you fire at it right away as it comes up the cliff edge, it should land like in this area here, so it's like really easy to just jump down after you get the piece from the railgun to loot this, and then you go over here and finish the quest. If you remapped your pry button, or your pry button like I did, this is the one spot in the entire game, in both main and main game and the DLC, where your pry button is at the game's default. I don't know why. It's really annoying, and it's also very finicky, because if you're here, it's not going to show up. If you're here, it's not going to show up. If you're here, it's not going to show up. Like, it's a very finicky button. Like, you got to make sure you're like square at it, or it's not going to show up. It's like really weird and annoying. See, like, it's I don't know why, it's like the one time. And so you hit R2, because normally the way I have it remapped is square is my pry button, or triangle. Is it triangle? No, square is my pry button, or triangle. One, yeah.
I use triangle because that's what we use for nodes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pry
it's
is
triangle.
Also overriding nodes. Yeah.
But for some reason, it's the default R2. So you hit R2. Then you skip this cutscene. Now, if you want to head back to Pleat's End for any particular reason, I will do this here. Watch this. This is what happens after this quest, RFS, and bam, you're in Fleet's End.
Well,
This is only after this quest.
Upgrade my Zenith
This
weapon.
particular one. I don't know why, but it is. It works out. If you decide to keep this quest as the last one to get you to, so you don't have to like open your map. I have actually thought about like changing it so that one is the last one. So like instead of like going here, I'd like do this quest here at LAX and then fast travel, but that was just like one too many fast travels, so like doing it the way I do right now eliminates an extra fast travel. So then, but yeah, what I would do is like you end here, then I just like open up my quick menu and then fast travel here. I think he actually flies to this place to get this, and then he picks up the Delver's trinket that we already picked up here. The reason why I do it this way is because I will show you. This is why. It's just I don't know, I just find it a little kind of like you go here and you jump down, and then if you somehow accidentally hit triangle, you're gonna lower the ladder and then you're gonna loot that moderate valuables cache. The interaction is overlaps. I've done that where I like meant to just like jump and I fat fingered and hit triangle instead. I'm like, what is going on? And then, so yeah, I just find it's like easier because like then I like
Someone left that's behind.
that's what happened. I kept
Maybe
getting
a rush.
magnetized to above where I wanted to fall when I jumped off that platform with the brimshine, and it was just so much easier to just fly over here from after getting that shelter and then jumping off and then getting it. So that's what I do.
Cool.
But yeah, either way, you're gonna fly this way. So you can do this in whatever order you want. But I found after like doing this, the ideal order to do, and then now with how like we have this arranged, I actually find that you do this island here first, and you can always predict 100% and time when the invisible apex stalker is going to walk down the ramp. I used to do it where I would fly over here, do all the examine everything here, go to the control tower here, and blah blah blah, and then go over here, because I had already got the campfire as I flew over here. But then I found myself chasing down the stalker, and I was like, I cannot do that. I am not doing that, because I would lose a lot of time just searching for it. But if you like fly this way, what I do is I always kill them in the same order. So
Smoke.
just to be safe,
Might be the
like
distress
just
signal
you
for
just
the
like grab this campfire and then you can come over here and jump
Stuck on
off.
that bridge.
And then
Better get in there and clear out those machines.
Don't come any closer. The light is coming. Now, give it all you got.
And then and there it is. It's always going to come down the ramp every single time if you do that fight in that order, where you do the Ravager that's up on the bridge first, then the Ravager that I killed to the right, and then as you're like, depending on the path of the Apex Leap Blaster that goes underneath the bridge, either as you're waiting for it to appear or as you shoot at it, the stalker should be appearing still invisible at the top or on the bridge, and you should just be able to make out the distortion where you can just fire like an arrow, like I did a frost arrow to like freeze it, and then you're not running around searching for where it's at. And it
seemed pretty visible from down there.
Yeah, and it's like, and the only reason I used to actually do it where I would just wait up here, but I did it once, like, during my D-rest, and I did this, and then I jumped and grappled up, and then flew and just fired a frost arrow at the Leap Blaster as it came up its, like, intended, like, route, like, patrol route, and I was like, this is actually a little bit better, so I did it this way. And this also guarantees that if I'm not like, because there are a couple times where I'm like standing at the bridge, and I'm like, okay, where is it? And then by the time, even though I probably saw it, it's like down here and then going off in this direction, and then I may lose it. So this way I'm like right where it's supposed to come down. So yeah, coming here first, killing these machines, because once you kill them, they're dead as part of the quest. They're not going to respawn or anything. But yeah, killing them in that order with that Ravager up there, then this Ravager.
That's part of the quest, though, right? Is
Yep.
killing the machines, and then you have to go to the other one?
Correct.
Okay.
And then, unfortunately, because I paused it, and because I stopped for a bit, the Leap Blaster is continuing on its little route. Which is, if you were to scan it, there it is. So I normally don't have to chase it.
I should check on that
But
Quinn.
then what I do is I actually don't talk to Rokumo here. I actually call Judas and I fly away, because you actually eliminate some dialogue if you just fly to the island instead of talking with him. And the other reason is, if for some reason I mess something up in the steps at this island, I will know if I did it
Getting
wrong
close to
when
the
I talk
island
to
Enki's
Rokumo.
expedition set out for.
So, I come over here and deal with everybody's favorite aquatic bird, dinosaur, pterodactyl, the water wing.
Clear them out
If you
before I
want,
can look around.
activate chambers. This is kind of why I was doing frost and all that. Because hopefully they're flying together, and they're nearby, and they get hit. You hope, but apparently not today. And then you hope they don't do that.
they're really spread out.
Yeah. Because I don't really need a Valor Surge later. I
Okay,
can just...
area's clear.
It doesn't matter if I waste it. Because it's not gonna... You're not gonna have fully charged when you do the arena. So it doesn't matter.
Nice improv there on the shot.
Yep, I try to avoid falling down if I can.
Yeah, right. You gotta get back up.
Because otherwise you either have to hope your water wing is circling nearby where you can easily jump off it, or you have to like run all the way over to there where that's like the coast is it's a pain if you get knocked off. Alright, so next what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna loot this water wing because it's in the way. I'm gonna normally I've already like started doing all this, and there's like a point in the dialogue where she says I should examine the Quen, so then I release a sticky bomb, and then hopefully this works. The water wing's in the way. Oh,
should be good enough.
I did not mean to use my bombs. I meant to use the acid bomb.
Figure out exactly what happened here.
But for this one, the timing of when I release it is
attacked by machines.
When she talks about, oh, it must be Brokomo,
For a while.
and then I do that one. You can do the campfire one, or the bedroll one, or you can do that one. This one, it doesn't matter. But I actually tend to do this one first because I've actually had it where I don't know how it happened, but somehow the knockback from the acid bomb threw me off of the platform when because I like had it this way, and like I know I could like do it this way, stand in a different spot, but I was just like, no, I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah.
So I'll fire it. You can also call
6 bedrolls, but only 3 bodies.
your
Maybe some got away.
your mount,
Okay, so the
and then
expedition
otherwise
lost
I
their
just
boat.
like wait until it's like kind of
We're
around
back to leave
as
when
she's starting the dialogue.
Enki and 2 others escaped. There, check the tracks.
There is going to be an overlap where you kind of have to wait, because the timing of how we do this, we actually end up examining the Quen, and then Aloy will interrupt, oh, I need to go back to the campfire, even though we scan, or their campsite, even though we scan for the tracks, like, because she just didn't finish her dialogue or something, I don't know. But the other thing is you can wait until she says, okay, now I should scan for tracks. But actually, if you wait for that dialogue, you actually save time if you just get that extra dialogue, which you'll see when we go examine the other dead Quen that's a little further off to the left. It actually will save time getting that extra dialogue than waiting for her to finish talking and say, oh, I should scan for tracks.
Right on.
I can find where they went.
It's the one time where she says extra stuff that Richie's talking it's actually faster to just let her say that extra dialogue line. Then I do this again. Then
It's here.
I can drop down.
There's a lot of data to sift through, but it should
Because
lead to more
regardless of
focuses in
like,
Quinn's
you
homeland.
know, if you do let her do the whole like interacting with the pad, the touch pad to find the information on the focuses, she's still gonna have this extra dialogue line.
Right.
This actually just allows you to like jump down and like scan for the tracks while she's talking, because she doesn't actually have to say anything. You just need to like quickly open the focus, scan where the tracks are, and then it will cross that off as you saw in the objectives, and then you just go over here.
For now, I should head back to the
And then-
expedition's camp. See if I can figure out exactly what happened to them.
So then those are the 2 lines that she has, but it's actually faster to let her say those lines
So 2
before
more
you
sets of tracks.
examine
Keep going.
that Quen, then wait for her and then say, oh, I should
Look at the
examine,
water.
look for the tracks.
Nice
Oh,
track
sure.
marks.
It's like I think like
Boat must have cast off from here.
5 seconds
So
that it saves.
Yeah, I
Planet
mean, dialogue
left.
always has the pauses before and after and stuff like that too. So
Stranded the others.
And
Makes
this
sense.
is very
Can't
important.
mention a guy named Rokomo.
You have to let Aloy finish
Feeling he's
talking.
involved in this.
You have to let
it's like
to
the
let it.
tutorial skip. Yeah.
Yes, you have to let her say her dialogue, and then you have to let the quest marker update before you fast travel here. Because if you don't, and if you fast travel before she finishes talking in the quest updates, what's gonna happen is Rokumo, you're not gonna get what we're about to get, which is a scene skip. You're gonna run into a dialogue skip. So if you get a dialogue skip where you sit through a bunch of dialogue, you have to like press X to skip. That means you forgot to examine something, and that's the cutscene that occurs if after killing the machines first, then you talk to Rokumo. That's the cutscene that occurs. But if you just come here, you've examined everything, you've waited until Aloy is finished talking, you get
Are you all right?
cutscene skip, and then you can skip the cutscene. And then, because what will happen is, if you have to skip through dialogue as they're talking, you're gonna have to go all the way back and fly to that island, because even though there is a campfire, you did not activate it, and you have no reason to. So you have to fly back to the island to finish examining whatever you need to, and it's usually here that you need to go, because that's the trigger for, you know, the conversation where it's like, you're lying, Rokumo, I know what happened. So it's usually this part that you have to like re-examine. Right. But yeah, if you get the dialogue skip after you've gone here, you're gonna lose like, I think it's probably close to a minute that you're gonna lose, because then you have
I'm
to
sure
like,
even with barrel rolls, it's a long way to go.
oh yeah, because you still have to fly back here, then you have to wait for Aloy to do the dialogue all over again, and then you have to fast travel back, then you have to come in. So yeah, it's a lot of time you lose.
Do it right, folks.
Yes.
Make sure you get it right.
And then
Right.
now we're gonna go to the gyre. Now we have a water wing. You could easily just like dive into the water, but you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna alert the Tide Ripper, and you're gonna be chasing the Tide Ripper, and that's not gonna be fun. So
Chasing the Tide Ripper sucks.
yes. So what I do, fly here, just drop down, and then you
Get yourself
should,
to Charybdis over here.
yeah, you should just fly right over it, and then just start mashing triangle. Because if you mash it, you're gonna eventually time it just right as the prompt appears, and then you'll get the focus. Otherwise, if you miss the prompt, or you alert the Tide Ripper, you'll be chasing it. And I know, like, it looked like I landed right in its view, but I just like its view is like, you can imagine like the Tide Ripper is wearing like a hat or like a hat with a brim.
It's got a visor on.
Yeah, with like a visor on. Like, it's very long, so it can't see above. You actually have to like drop a little bit lower in the water. But if you just like where Aloy stops is that motion when she dives in the water, not the swan dive, but just like drops into the water, and you just swim forward, you'll be okay. Fast travel as soon as you have it. Fast travel here. Well, actually, no. I fast travel here first, so that I can talk to Otosu.
While I'm here, I could stop by a workbench, upgrade my Zenith weapon.
And then you actually technically don't talk to Otosu. You talk to Valea,
Aloy.
even though it says talk to Otosu for the objective. But anyway, fast travel to this campfire. Then we confront the compliance officer dude guy, and then rescue Theoa from certain imprisonment. And then we fast travel here to our last aerial capture. Now, the aerial capture finishes like here-ish, so you can easily like, like here-ish, so you can like easily like just barrel roll and then fall, but it's actually faster to do it the way I did, just because you have to like fly that way and then you have to fall. The timing, it's just like a couple seconds. It's a little bit faster if you do it that way. So yeah, so we fast travel here.
Is this the last thing?
Mm-hmm.
Or you still have to do...
This is the last thing in the Burning Shores that we have to do.
Yeah, and then you still have to do the arena.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
I've had quite the night.
especially like right above or right at the
Yep.
start.
This is the same thing at the Santa Monica Pier where you spawn, like whether it's fast traveling to a campfire or RFSing, it puts you right underneath the aerial capture start point, which is nice. This one you have a little leeway, except in this little narrow ravine.
That's when I realized they were
On where to go and how far you can go from the path. The only thing is, just be careful when you're barrel rolling through here, because the hitboxes for some of these trees and buildings are a little weird, and so you can somehow hit them and then you're be flying backwards like several feet, and you're like, wait, no, I'm gonna lose the signal. So yeah.
Start to slide along some of the hitboxes when you hit them. Yeah.
So for this one, let me open the map. So yeah, so this one kind of does this massive loop like this. Like, it's a pretty decent sized loop. You can't, like, I think it finishes like here-ish. You cannot like cut across here. You'll lose the signal. But, and it's easier if it's night, because the pathway is a little more prominent with the purple color, but it's daytime, so this is a little bit difficult. But if you're able to, you can kind of see it like appearing. Like, if I'm in the daytime, I'm a little more cautious and I kind of stick to it. But if it's night and you can see it a little bit more, you can actually cut corners a little bit. And don't barrel roll to the next spot until you see the pathway ahead of it up here.
But I can at least make sure they never broadcast.
Because if you're able to, you can actually get to this point before Lillian says a suicide mission for the cause.
What they're really fighting for.
And then now we can fast travel to the arena. Oh yes. Before you start the Burning Shores, make sure you actually either have everything for the arena or actually have it open, preferably open, because then you can fast travel there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we allow you to obviously to have this open for your file for for this run, so yeah.
So fast travel to the arena.
Otherwise, there's a whole quest. You got to go kill a rollerback. It's a whole thing.
Yes, it's a whole thing, and you don't want to have to do it. But thankfully, you just need to open the arena, because the process of actually completing KISS percent allows you to do the Burning Shores portion of the arena. That's all that's required. You do not need to do the other 5 arena challenges at all.
Yeah, you can go right to the end. Yeah.
So this file has, like, as you can see, they're locked. I can't do them, but just hit left on the D-pad and you're right there. You're at, and you're able. It just says not completed, so you can open it.
Go kill them.
Yep. And this one, yeah, I think, yeah, they're all 4. Okay, so for this one, we just have to. You do not need to, like. Ideally, you do, like, get everything. You get all the rewards because you actually in the medals and whatnot. But otherwise, like, you don't need to, like, worry about, like, the time. You just
have to finish them.
Correct. Yeah. So of course we start with the Apex water rings. Make sure you scan the Apex water rings before you actually jump down. Otherwise you'll have to, like, quickly go in, scan them, and then leave.
Again.
Okay, actually let me abandon challenge real quick. Alright, so before we actually start the arena, I'm actually gonna open the progression menu, because
that was some good fighting
the
out there.
beautiful thing about this hundo, because it's a lot easier than, say, like the 100%. Like, you may be at, like, 84.67 or like something like that weird percentage, depending on, like, the order of things. When you, like, the percentage that you're at when you get to the arena or certain points, it kind of varies a little bit because you have all the 102 machines you have to scan. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that kind of messes things up. However, Burning Shores is absolutely beautiful because you have one main quest you still have to finish. You have the arena challenge you still have to finish, and you have one machine scan you still have to do. that every single time when you start the arena will give you 86% exactly. So if you do not have 86% completion by the time you walk up and about to start the challenge, you know you are missing something. Usually it's you just forgot to finish like one of the side quests, and that's it, because otherwise you can't do the arena challenge. And then like the cauldrons, relic ruins, that's all the activities. Each one is a single one. Legendary items, because we allow you to start having already received all of those, you shouldn't have to worry about that. You should have...
this is obviously like, this is a new game plus start. If
Correct.
you're doing a full game hundo, you got to do the whole game.
Yeah.
So
And
it
even,
would be different. But...
even at doing full game, like if you do a full game hundo where you do a 100% main game and then 100% Burning Shores, most of the time you should either you have no legendary items, or you have like 2 of them, say like 2 weapons and none of the outfits. So that is actually pretty easy. In New Game Plus, you should already have, so like you should have 5 machines scanned. The only one left you should have is the Apex Water Wings. And then you should have all the collectibles, 5 Pangea fingerings, 7 Delver's trinkets, and 6 aerial captures, for a total of 86%. So it's a really nice number to like easily remember. So if it's not 86% flat, you know you're missing something and you need to go back. So then we talk to Kala.
Welcome back.
And then we start the arena. Like I said, make sure you scan the water wing. So the strat with this is, I agree. Really not where I wanted to be, but all right. So scan the water wing, then drop down. I quickly fire. This is actually where having like 1 or 2 quick draw, overdraw on the stun storage will actually be beneficial, because if you can quickly reload one, you can quickly like get them frosted over and knocked down.
You can also do the quick switch reloads. On there where you tap L1 twice. So you quick switch back to whatever you were just on, and then back to your bow, and that's good for like sharp shot and for the like elemental bows, because they do have slow reload and draw speeds and stuff.
And that's actually as like, I don't know if I wasn't paying attention, because a lot of it was very muscle memory, but I may have actually been doing that where I was quick swapping really quickly. Because what I wanted to do was I want to frost all 4 if I can, because hopefully I can actually build up Valor, and then I can activate Chain Burst, and then Chain Burst can take out 2 or 3 at once. Usually just how they are, it's usually just you take out 2 and then you take out 2 if you're able to get Chain Burst. But as you can see, like the fastest I've done this is like just about under 12.5 seconds. And then that's that one.
I mean, there's 4, right?
Correct.
4 of these?
Each arena challenge has 4.
Yeah, I thought so.
Challenges.
It's been a long time since I've done any arena challenges, that's for sure.
And then we have Scrap Beast. We have the frogs. Now, before I was actually like switching to the hunter, firing at, and then like switching to, it was just a pain. But you could actually use the to blow that up.
Chill to the core.
And then usually if you like destroy the sack on their file, that you get enough valor.
I hit something.
Yeah, I just like ate. If there's like too much like going on around, I just hope that I hit something.
Well, it's like there's always so much like.
Yeah.
obstruction. You can't see everything, you know. So
And thankfully, like, the bio gut is big enough that even if you just clip it, they're usually, even if you don't get, like, if you hit armor, there's just enough damage, and the stuns the clamber jaws that you have time to do a little bit more. So, yeah, just over 10 seconds for story for Scrap Beasts, and then what is it for? Yeah, and then this one is like 3 seconds. So
nice.
this is what I do with this one. You gotta aim for the butt of the Apex Scorcher. Hopefully you can get both. Can't always get both, but you hope for shock on all of them. So like the shock, like this other Scorcher is just close enough that it can receive a shock too. But yeah, that 3 seconds I fired one, and then all of them just happened to be in the right spot, and it was a nice big explosion, and they were all dead. So
I've seen some folks just do that. Like you just drop in and shoot an arrow off and hope it hits, and like they've gotten it to work, so you can do it in under a second. Like it's a really fast, really fast.
As you can see,
it's pretty legitimately fast. Not even like when you
there's no cheese or anything. Like this is like legitimately fast. And then so for this next one, and this is just for story. Ultra hard, there's a little bit more, of course, because they have more HP. So, but hopefully if you should have enough damage on your hunter bow, or even with like the blast sling, to at least trigger the explosion with hitting the component on the back of the Scorcher. And that should shock, if not all of them, a majority of them. And then if you can get the drop a smoke bomb and then fire the other one, then you can get more shock damage and everything. But yeah, there's a little bit more like strats and stuff with like smoke bombs and with on ultra hard. But next we have plasma and fire. It's Apex Fireclaw and a Slaughter Spine. Not an Apex Slaughter Spine, just a regular Slaughter Spine. So this one, lost. Oh. Ugh. Just trying to get it in the butt. There we go. Oh, thank goodness it crit. Isn't that thing crit? I don't think it would have been, a one-shot. And then that's the arena. And then,
now you just have to turn in the main quest, right?
Exactly, the epilogue. So then now, once you're done with the arena, you'll be at 95%. So the epilogue with Silence is worth a whopping 5% of completion. Which is actually pretty impressive.
That's a lot. I mean, it's not a super full DLC, to be honest. So,
no.
like, you know.
And then you fast travel to the campfire we always fast travel to when we're going back to the base.
Head inside to your room.
Yep, and time will stop as soon as you hit the triangle to open the door. And then time stops. Cutscene begins, and you have completed 100%. And like at this point, like
Burning Shores.
I imagine that you're
you know,
for some
for those of us who run it a lot, and we
There's
know,
some pretty
like
special people among the
we know
clan.
at what
You
point
drop
we
down to
are,
Earth once in a while
where
and
you've
do a
had
little
everything.
mingling
But
yourself,
I've
you might
actually, there's
realize
been a
that.
couple where I just forgot to finish the side
like
quests.
the data you recovered from Alhambra.
Like
but
go
otherwise-
back and actually talk
yeah.
to people or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A log entry
So-
made shortly after the
yeah.
Zenith's escape.
We'll go ahead and skip this. And we go down 100%. So yeah.
We did it, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have to show it, obviously, after.
Yes.
It's got to be part of your video. You don't have to show it while the timer's going. You
Correct.
it's got to be part of your video, so we don't require you to show it.
Yeah.
If you know it's good, it's good. So
Yeah. And, but yeah, I think like
make
in
sure you
terms
know
of
you don't reset your
it.
timer before you show it.
Yeah.
Because you might have to turn your timer back on.
Yeah.
You know. So.
I'd say like when you are first learning this and doing it, just keep the timer running. I always stop it but because I've done it so much, like I know I'm usually pretty good. Like if I'm not sure after the arena, like if I have everything, that's when I'll open it. Because if that's where I was like, oh shoot, now I need to go back. Did I miss something?
Right.
So I always use the 95% point to like confirm, oh yeah, I'll be okay to like stop the timer.
Yeah, just go in and stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that way once I hit the door, I can stop the timer and then open up at the end just to say, hey, see, 100% completion.
Yeah. So I guess kind of as a final note then, between it's like you and ISO and maybe Beta that have done these runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Driver and stuff like that. Are your routes terribly different?
No, they're pretty much the same.
Fair
I
enough.
think Beta may be the most different because he's using some of the older strats.
Sure.
But he does include, I think, the out of bounds, but that was in his any percent because I think he did it for the Burning Shores any percent for his hotfix.
Oh, right on.
But I don't think he hasn't done a hundo in a while.
Right on. Yeah. And yeah, it's one of those things where hopefully this will help get more people to run it.
Yeah.
So excellent.
Yeah,
Well,
and yeah, currently the world record is 1 hour 33 minutes and 7 seconds by ISO. But 100% this can be 132 or less. I think RTA for driver I think is like a 131 or something. So I think it's possible to get like a
PC
130.
loads are a lot faster.
Um
Like for RTA.
Yeah, actually let me check. Curious. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think even on console with like some of the things that driver found, like I think it's entirely possible to get let's see,
Like a 130-ish.
yeah, because like it's not a accurate yeah, PC. Yeah, ISO has a 129 on PC and driver has a 126 on PC. That's loads with loadless. So
Right.
yeah, I definitely think like I think with like perfect execution, I think a sub 130 is possible because my sum of best right now is at a 124, but it's not an accurate one. I'd say it's probably would be closer to like a 125.30 or a 126 for an accurate sum of best. Because I've like changed the order of how I do things, like how I showed the steps I did for each part of like each split is how I do the run currently, and some of those like seem to lose time and save time. So like there's like a part where it seems like I lose 2 minutes and then gain 2 minutes, like gain 2 minutes and then lose 2 minutes. So
yeah, and I imagine with a route for a hundo, and like any hundo, the route changes so much where you start to realize, oh, I can do this or that differently, and so like it's important to kind of reset splits and things sometimes just to be like, all right, let's get an accurate set for this route. You know,
unfortunately, like I can't reset unless I just go with entirely fresh splits. I mean, have to wait for a PB, and honestly, like I don't mind waiting, and I just waiting until I get a PB because like I can get a PB if nothing goes wrong simply because I have a fresh new file.
Load times are going to get much better. Yeah,
because if I hadn't lost that time with the auto scroller, I probably would have gotten a new PB and probably even a world record last night. So
nice.
But yeah.
Well, right on. Best of luck with all the future PBs, and thanks everyone for being here for the finale of Burning Shores Hundo, and Learning the Horizon.
Yes.
extra thanks to Doc for doing this.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll have the episode. I'll probably have this up on YouTube by morning, so everything will be up in time for Doc's hot fix later on this week.
Yes, so it'll be
join
Thursday.
us Thursday night.
Yes, 10
pretty
p.m.
late for
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, it'll be 9 p.m. for me even, so that's even late for
So-
me. So yeah, come check it out. That'll be on GDQ, and Doc's gonna.
You'll get 50% off
Honda.
subs, I believe.
Ooh, nice.
Because either that or it's 50% off of HBO Max. Either way, you get 50% off
some
something.
promotion. Nice.
Yes, it's part of a HBO Max Superman, the new Superman movie promotion. So,
Cool.
but
Right
either
on.
way,
Well, thanks everyone, and
yeah.
let's